Hey netizens, welcome to DigiMastery Labs. Today, we will continue with the tutorial series on RPG Builder. I will put a link in the description for this tool. I highly recommend you check this tool out. This tutorial series aims to complete a single level of an RPG game with all the functionalities present in the RPG Builder. This will be an ongoing series. Please check out other videos in this tutorial series. The details of those videos are available in the description. If you are interested, let us continue with this journey. In this video, we are going to create the starting armor pieces and body parts for a player character in RPG Builder. To demonstrate this, start the demo level of RPG Builder with the player characters we configured in the previous tutorial. I'm using the female character that we created using the modular asset from Synty Studios. Open the character window. The UI panel will be slightly different for you. Do not worry about that now. There are some armors already present in the UI slots. Right-click on any one of the icons to unequip that item from the character. Notice that there is no visual change to the player character game object. Now, open the inventory. Right-click to equip the items. Again, nothing happens to the player character. In this video, we will create the above mentioned character equipment functionality. Also, we will add a few armors and distinguish them from the body parts of the player character so that we can equip and unequip the armor pieces. To begin with, open any scene in Unity. Add the female player character prefab, which we created in tutorial 1 to the scene. I'm using Synty's Modular Characters pack as mentioned before. I will add a link in the description for this asset. These steps can be applied to any assets that you have used to create a player character in RPG Builder. Now, unpack the prefab completely. In step 1, we will configure the body parts of the player character. Select the meshes game object of the custom player character. Create an empty child game object under meshes. Name it body. Please note that this is just for organizing the components and to match the default character setup of the RPG Builder. Now, select the body game object and create an empty child. Name it arms. Next, find the arms game object of the Synty player character. We need to select both upper and lower arms for the left and right arms. Select all the required game objects. There are 4. Note that I'm selecting the first child game object under each parent. This is because I want the character to start without any clothing and just undergarments. Drag and drop the selected game objects under the arms game object which we created earlier. Now, we will make the body part visible in the scene. Hide the clothing in the upper arms. Unhide the upper arms game object. Again, select all the game objects under the arms game object. From the inspector, add a new component called body part. Check the renderer section in all 4 game objects to confirm if it is added properly. If the renderer is missing for some reason, either click on the Find Renderer button or manually drag and add that to the required slot. Now, we will look at the part section of the body part component. Open the drop-down window of the part section. Notice that there are different options already available in the drop-down. This can be configured from the rpgbuilder editor. Open the rpgbuilder editor window. Click on the Types section. Navigate to the Body Parts subsection and open it. Here, you can see the pre-configured body parts, which were available in the Parts section drop-down. We will create one for learning purposes. In the editor window, click on the New button. Name it Arms New. Click on Save. Select one of the arms game object of the player character with the body parts component. Open the part section. Notice that the arms new body part is available now in the drop-down. Next, select all 4 arms game objects from the player character. Open the Path drop-down. Assign the arms new body part. Save the project. Similarly, we have to add the body parts for chest, feet, hands, and legs. This is a repetitive process, so I will skip the video now. I have completed the configuration of each body part. Notice that I have added all the required game objects to chest, feet, hands, and legs. I have also added the body part component to all the game objects with the skinned mesh renderer. For each game object, I have assigned the respective part as well. Now, we will configure the head and hair parts of the player character. Select the mesh game object again. Create a new empty child game object. Name it Customization. Create another child game object under Customization. Name it Faces. Now, select the head and eyebrows game object from the player character. Drag and drop it under Faces game object. Need not add the body part component to this, as we are not going to change the face of the character. If you want to have different faces for your character, you can add the body part component and follow the same procedures. It will work. Now, select the customization, add a new child, Name it hair. Select the hair game object of the player character. Drag and drop it under the hair parent. For this, add the body part component. From the drop-down, select the required part. Now, select the parent game object of the player character. Navigate to the player appearance component. Find the body section. Click on the Find Body Parts button. All the body parts that we created earlier will be auto-assigned to this section. Now, save the project. We have completed the initial setup of all the body parts for our player character. Next, we will create the armor component for the player character. Select the armor's game object from the player character. If it is not available, create a new game object with the same name. Create a child game object. Name it Starter Armor. Select the Starter Armor game object. Create an empty child game object. Name it Starter underscore arms. Find the required game objects for the arms from the player character setup. I have selected the following game objects. Now, hide the starter arms game object. Similarly, create the starter armor game object for corresponding body parts as per your requirement. This is a repetitive process, so I will skip the video once again. I have completed the setup of the starter armor for my player character. I have created an armor setup for gloves, chest, legs, boots, backpacks, and side packs. The setup is the same as before, and you can add all the starter armors that you prefer. The next step is really important. Select the player character parent game object. Navigate to the armor section under the player appearance component. Make sure that the correct prefab is configured under the armor parent slot. If not, then add the correct armor parent game object to the slot. Next, add all the starter armor parts that we created earlier to the armor pieces list. Save the project. Now, open the RPG Builder editor. We will configure the starter items for our player character in this editor. Click on the Economy section. Now, click on the Items subsection. All the items that are available in the RPG Builder demo are configured here. We will look at one item for learning purposes. Find and select the item named Starter Warrior Arms. This comes pre-configured with the demo. Under the base info, the details and icon of the item can be provided. Now, open the Types section. Here, you can configure what type of item this is. For example, if you open the Type drop-down, you can see various options like armor, consumable, currency, etc. These options are available under Types, Item Types. You can create a new type over here. Item type can be of two categories. First, which can be equipped like an armor or a weapon. Second, which can be consumed like a gem, currency, or enchantments. Coming back to our items subsection under economy, the next options are the armor types, armor slots, and item rarity. Again, various options are available by default under them. New options can be created under types, armor types, armor slots, and item rarities. Open the starter item again. The next important section to look at is the stats section. Here, you can add different stats for a particular item. To add a new stat, click on the Add Stat button. Different stats are available under Combat, Stats. New stats can also be created from this section. A detailed look at stats and other combat subsections will be done in a future video. For this tutorial, we will get back to our starter item under economy. The next important setup to look at is the visual section. Here, the model name represents the name of the armor game object we created earlier. Make sure that these names match, otherwise the armor setup will not work. Another option under the visual is the body culling option. Body culling is the setting that controls the hiding and unhiding of the armor and corresponding body parts. To explain it further, navigate to the template section, select the body culling subsection. There are some presets already available here. Let us create a new one. Click on the New button. Give it a name. I'm going to call it Hide Arm New. Click on Add Race. Select the available race. Click on Add Gender button. Select a female gender. Click on the plus button. From the drop-down, select the Arms New option. This was the one that we created earlier. Add one more gender. Select the male option. and repeat the process. We need to have this culling available for both male and female character setups. Once finished, click on Save. Now, navigate to Player Character and select the arms game objects under the body parent. Notice from the inspector that we had configured the part section as arms new. This will match with the body culling option that we created now. And now, select an item like the starter warrior arms under economy. Choose the new body culling option which we created now. Click on Save. So, whenever this item is equipped or unequipped in the game by a player character, the body part of the player with the same culling option will be hidden or displayed respectively. This is the same approach for all the culling options and the items present in the RPG Builder. Next, we will move on to the final part of the tutorial. Rename the player character from the hierarchy. Make it into a prefab. Delete the same from the scene. Open the RPG Builder editor. Navigate to the character section. Select the races subsection. Open the gender option. Navigate to the female gender. Add the newly created prefab into the slot. Click on Save. Now, open the classes section. We have two pre-configured options. From this, select the warrior option. Now, navigate to the starting items. Here, notice all the starting items configured for the warrior class. You can add a new starting item here. I have added two new items. Starter warrior backpacks and starter warrior side packs. Make sure to check the equipped option. This is important. Next, open your main menu. Click on the Start button to play the game. Click on the New button. Select the female option. Give it a name. Now, click on Create. Immediately, you will notice that there are a few issues with the setup. Some of the body parts are not hidden properly. I have left this out intentionally to show you the problem and solution. Open the RPG Builder editor. Select the templates and then choose body culling. Click on the Hide Chest configuration. Notice that only one gender is added. Click on Add Gender. Select the female option. Click on the plus button. select the chest option. Save the setting. Perform the same operation for all the body culling configurations if the female part is missing. Once completed, click on the Start button. Click on Continue. Select the last saved game. Click on Play. Notice that previous visual errors are gone now. Open the character window. Now, unequip any item. Notice that the corresponding body part is visible now. Again, open the inventory window. Equip the item now. Notice that the armor item is equipped properly. By this, we have completed the starting armor and body part setup in RPG Builder. Use this knowledge to create your own armor and body parts for your custom player character model. So, to conclude, we have configured the body part of the player character. Then, we created the starting armor items for the player. Next, we looked at the item creation and body culling configurations. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon on our channel and support our initiative. More such content will be made available in the future.